Hello Seekers, welcome to Punneit Astrology, your one-stop astro channel. Mercury, the planet of communication, the planet that is very important, ruler of Virgo and Gemini zodiac sign, will be in Pisces zodiac sign from 16th March till 31st of March. A very short couple of weeks of transit, but a very important one because Mercury will be debilitated. But then there is a Neech Bhang because of the presence of Guru, Jupiter, and then it is also going to be combust. Mercury will be in Kendra, that means 7th from Virgo, and Mercury will be 10th from Gemini zodiac sign. So it will work a lot on the Gemini characteristics, and it will try to focus more on building relationships for Virgo. So if you're a Virgo and Gemini moon sign, if you're a Pisces moon sign, this is going to affect you more. And this is also a Sun, Jupiter and Mercury conjunction, bringing wealth, knowledge and prosperity along with this. But because Mercury is not in a comfortable situation, although Neech Bhang, you need to rely on the wisdom, past experience and sheer confidence to pull you out from any trouble if you feel that you are in. Or you can look out for guidance, look out for mentors, look out for healers and people who can help you, guide you. Because this is when everybody is under this Mercury transit, so it has to be a collective effort to get out of the problem. One man is not strong enough here. Let's start the ascendant wise analysis, but before that, please subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon so that you don't miss another update, and follow me on Instagram for reels, Telegram for links and more interesting stuff. Follow me on Patreon where I'm uploading regular videos about extended analysis on transits and also some extra knowledge on Vedic astrology. That's a platform where I can speak quite freely. And also for consultations, please drop me an email. The email ID will be in the description box below and it will be on the screen here. Let's start ascendant wise analysis. Aries ascendant. For Aries, Mercury rules your 3rd and 6th house, and this Mercury will be in the 12th house, raising your expenses. Also, this Mercury is debilitated. This Mercury is combust. So this is the time where you have to gather information from wherever possible. Focus on the creative and constructive side of your mind. Focus on the philosophical bend of and the spiritual bend of life. Try to read Bhagavad Gita every day and incorporate the teachings and learnings of Bhagavad Gita and Ramayana in day-to-day activities. This is also the time when you will see something positive coming from export and import. If you wish to relocate, if you wish to find a job overseas, or for education, if you want to travel overseas, things are good. But for medical, this is going to be slightly tough. You may ignore a few signs of disease. Don't do that. Do a lot of yoga, pranayam, and you will also see that you might assume somebody to be your good friend while they are not your well-wisher. Also, your communication should be very clear, straightforward. Otherwise, you won't be able to actually reach the minds of people whom you want to talk, whom you want to convey the message. So your message should be crisp and clear. Procrastination will be a problem. You will have to be very proactive and give water to sun. Stay strong in your confidence and also trust your knowledge. And in case of trouble, contact your Guru, chant Guru Bij mantra and find a mentor who can guide you and handhold through the data and knowledge. Taurus. For Taurus, Mercury rules your 2nd and 5th house, and this Mercury will be in the 11th house. This is a very good time, especially financially. It's a good time when you will see a lot of gains coming your way. You will see support of your father and father-like figure from your network circle. A guide, a boss that will help you in your difficult times. This will also mean that the family will extend beyond the family and you will involve more people in your circle. People who are involved in restaurant business, hospitality business, banking industry, share trading will see positive time. But never forget that Pisces is in Papkartri between Rahu and Saturn. One wrong move, one greedy move can actually destroy the wealth that is accumulated in the bank. You will also see that all the investment that you make will now start showing some positive signs, some positive movement when Mercury will be in Pisces zodiac sign. Because Mercury is facing a Neech Bhang Rajyog because of the presence of Jupiter, it's a good time for wish fulfillment. You will see things will become much more easy. The work that was stuck will now move in the positive direction. If you're facing any hurdles with respect to children or while having child, any medical issue, that will also be addressed positively during this time. It is a transit of gain and wish fulfillment and wealth increment. Chant Kuber mantra during this time. Gemini. Gemini is ruled by Buddha, and Gemini and your 4th house, Virgo, is ruled by Mercury, and this Mercury will be in the 10th house. So because of the presence of 1st and 4th Lord in the 10th house, it is a good time for your career. But you will also tend to ignore some important stuff that may result into a loss of reputation, loss of accountability. So be very careful when you're working in your office. Keep a journal of all the duties, responsibility, like keep a reminder, try to document everything, and ensure that you are having a document trail or a mail trail of every communication. Assumptions, verbal commitments will make no sense during this time. If you want to change a job, you should have a very solid reason. Also, if you want to give an interview during this time, you will have to breach your comfort zone and do something beyond the obvious. Because Lagna Lord is also debilitated in the 10th house, you will also see that there will be people and energies that will overpower you, and you might feel that you are lagging behind, and these kind of feeling might bog you down. But because of the presence of Sun and also the guidance of Guru, Jupiter, and if you take proper guidance, you will be able to do success. You will be able to achieve a lot of success in your career, and this is also a recovery time, recovery of your health, and you will also see that happiness is coming in your home. Your spouse is more happy during this time, and by all this combination, it creates a work-life balance. Cancer Ascendant. For you, Mercury rules your 3rd and 12th houses, and this Buddha is in the 9th house. So definitely the traveling becomes the theme of this transit. So you should take some pilgrimage, plan some leisure trip during this time, but be very careful about your expense and who is going and joining you on the trip. Because you will see that the people who will join you on the trip might cause some trouble, or they might face some trouble. So plan accordingly, keep some buffer with you. And also 9th house means father and guru, so their guidance will help you a lot, but also their health, their position, their absence might worry you in your life. This also means that you should not boast about your knowledge. This is the time to remain very humble, very grounded, and this is also the time when you can humbly preach your knowledge, humbly spread your knowledge. Very good time for teacher, academic, scientist, philosophers, astrologers, priests, and anyone who is involved into spiritual practices. Taking the name of Bhagwan Ganesh, visiting Ganesh temple every Tuesday, and just chanting Ganesh Kavach or simply Ganesh Atharva Shirsh every day will work wonders during this time. Your confidence might be tested, your belief might be tested, your belief on yourself will be tested. So stand firm on your ground, but also be flexible enough to accept your mistake. Leo. Now for Leo Ascendant, Mercury rules the Dhanabhava, 2nd and 11th house. Also it represents your personal life. So it's a very valuable planet for the Leo Ascendant and Leo Moon sign. And that Mercury goes in the 8th house. Definitely this is the time when you will see a lot of secrecy coming around you. People will not share their words with you. You might see an odd behavior of people around you. You might hear some odd talks happening about you in the circle. Don't react to any such thing unless you know things by fact and by face. Also, the 2nd Lord coming in the 8th house means you will be more tensed because of taxation. You will be more tensed because of insurance and policies and rules that gets changed around you. So be flexible and try to be adjusting to the situation that life throws you. This is also the time when you have to put your money and income for long-term investment, a kind of investment where you invest and forget, but focus more on the safe investment policies. Anything that is risky, anything that is manipulative, like stock market, is not going to give you any positive result. Also focus more on your thyroid health, on your health of your throat. Speak wisely, but don't comment anything negative, otherwise it will lead you to controversies. Chanting Mahasaraswati mantra and Mahalakshmi mantra will be great during this time. Virgo. For Virgo ascendant, your ascendant lord and your 10th house lord is ruled by Mercury and it goes in the 7th house. This can create problems in business, especially this can create understanding issues between you and your life partner and your business partner. This is not the time when you will start a new venture. This is the time to be relaxed, go stress-free, try to solve things that is already causing trouble in your existing situation of life. Otherwise, it will create more problems because see, Mercury do not perform well in the 7th house, and when it is combust and debilitated, although Neech Bhang, but this is not the right position. Plus, consider that Sun is also in the 7th house. Sun is your 12th lord. So when that comes also in the 7th house, there may be separation, there may be anxiety coming in. But in certain cases, it is good for people who want to expand their business overseas, who want to see new people coming there, coming and join the business, bring new investment. That is also possible. But then, whatever happens, you will have to ensure that you are not going with emotions, you are having proper strategy and bringing people who will help you. See, when Jupiter is in 7th house, you need to bring experienced staff, an experienced person. And sometimes you have to rely on the information received from your spouse. In fact, even if the person is not experienced, sometimes an inexperienced comment can actually solve your problem. Also, this is the time when you just have to be more relaxed, more inclusive and adjust with the environment. Chant Ganesh mantra Om Gam Ganapate Namah every day to increase your strength, physically be active, don't be lazy and don't procrastinate. Libra. For Libra, Mercury will be in the 6th house. Now 6th house is natural Virgo, but Virgo happens to be in the 12th house for Libra natives. Now that is when the solution of the disease, now it can be conflicts that is in your life, it can be some physical struggle that you're facing, you will see this, the resolution will come. But the thing is that this resolution will not make you happy. It is like on one hand it will give you something, but on the other hand it will take away something also. So it is like transaction. So this transactional answer to your problem will happen and you have to be ready to accept it. That's how the Libra energy will behave. Considering the trine of Mars, Saturn and Ketu on 1, 5 and 9, you also have to understand that chanting Devi mantra, chanting Ganesh and Parvati mantra, or just praying to the Shiva family, like praying to Mahashiv, Mahaparvati and Bhagwan Ganesh, that will help you and protect you a lot. Chanting Ganesh Kavach will protect you from enemies and you should clear your debts as quickly as possible. Otherwise, these debts will keep mounting up and can create legal issues. So be careful. Scorpio. For Scorpio ascendant, Mercury will move in the 5th house. It is a very good transit, but not so good for students. Anyone who is preparing for competitive examination, anyone who is preparing for normal examination should be careful while revising. You should never omit anything. Focus on the entire chapter, focus on the entire subject matter. It might give you an assumption that you know, assumption of knowledge might happen, or you might assume that it will not come, like it's not important. But at the end of the day, you will realize that you were wrong. So don't assume anything. Rather, this is the time to focus on sadhana. Jupiter is also in the 5th house, aspecting your lagna, or even if you're a Scorpio, then aspecting your moon sign. So this is the time to focus and gain more positive energy. Your expression should be more philosophical, and you will also see that you should read philosophical books, have the company of spiritual people. So join some satsang, listen to some discourses, and from there the solution of the problem will come. You will also have some worry from your children. Their health, their education can trouble you. You just have to have patience and let Jupiter handle this naturally. And if you think that you are too deep in problem, chant Gajendra Moksh or simply take the name of Narayana. Sagittarius ascendant. For you, Mercury again rules your 7th house, house of marriage, and 10th house, house of career. And this Mercury goes in the 4th house. You will have to be very comfortable where you are. This is going to be a transit where you will be feeling more lazy and you will be feeling very comfortable in your own space, which will, it is good to stabilize your life, but it is bad if you want to do something new. Not a good time to focus more on, buying a new property. Rather, it is a time when you do some puja, do some vastu corrections in the property in the home in which you stay. If you want to focus on rental properties, then this can be a good time. Not a good time for manufacturing sector, not a good time for banking sector if you are attached to these kind of sectors and you are a Sagittarius ascendant or moon sign. Well, this is also the time when the career of your spouse might create a lot of tension, and you might also feel that uneasiness because of the tension that is in the home because of your spouse's career. Also, for your career, you will have to be very proactive, you will have to be very systematic, and you will have to be very careful in how you communicate, how you drop your mails, how you deal with your bosses and supervisors, and how you portray your knowledge. Otherwise, you will be lost in oblivion. You will have to be on the toes, on the edge throughout the Mercury transit in Pisces. Chant Ganesh Mantra, Vakratund Mahakaya, Surikoti Samaprabha, Nirvighnam Kurume Deva, Sarva Karyeshu Sarvada, and pray to Bhagwan Ganesh and wish obstruction-free life. Capricorn. For Capricorn, Mercury will transit your third house. This is going to work on your communication. You need to work on your soft skills. You need to focus more on non-verbal communication. Your face, your eyes, your expression, your body language will talk more and will reveal more about your mood and your personality during this time more than your words. In fact, your words can be misinterpreted, and your commitments and your decisions might be challenged and questioned, and you won't be able to prove properly because of the combustion and debilitation of Buddha. But then, if you try to back your data with proper points, with proper wisdom, and even if being questioned or challenged, if you know that what you know is right, and if you're confident on yourself, then stand your ground and don't react to small criticism. Because see, Mercury rules your 9th house, and 9th lord going in 3rd house indicates that taking initiative towards dharma is your responsibility. Mercury is also your 6th lord. It's a good time to solve issues with your siblings. It's a good time to solve issues with the family members of the maternal side. It's a good time to take a small travel and help your neighbor, do small activities and find happiness in small things. Also, cut down on your debts, and in order to plan travel, focus on your expenses. Aquarius ascendant. Mercury goes in your 2nd house, and this Buddha becomes conjunct with Sun and Jupiter. Although combust, this has a great potential to actually work for you. This has the great potential to give you a lot of wealth. This will also be the time when you will be saved from some danger and some problems, but also it will be at the cost of your time. So you will have to do a lot of time management during this time. People involved in restaurant industry, people involved in transport, people involved in banking and finance will see positive growth. But then you will have to, be careful because Sun and Jupiter might create obstacles here. Now why? Because Sun is your 7th lord, 7th lord is in the 2nd house, and the Saturn, your Lagna lord, is on your Lagna. So this is also squeezing the 2nd house. That means on one side there will be favors from the family. You may join some family business. You may see the support of the family coming your way. But then there will be also restriction imposed on you, and you will have to accept those restrictions. And if you don't, your health will face that issues where you will have to restrict your diet. So focus on your diet also, and don't eat tamasic food. This is the time to speak sattvic and be sattvic, and you will see a lot of financial growth. Possibilities of good career is also on the cards. You will have to take great care about the health of your spouse. Pisces. For Pisces ascendant, Mercury will enter your 1st house. It will join Jupiter, which is already there on your ascendant. And this Buddha is actually very important because it rules your happiness, 4th house, and it rules your 7th house, the house of interaction with the public, the house of spouse, the house of marriage, the house of contracts and businesses. So definitely when it comes on the 1st house, it means that you will be criticized for your decisions, for your lethargy, for your carelessness, and for your attitude that you will carry. Now, Being careless is not bad as long as you have planned everything. You have to be, you must be able to convey the message properly by framing proper sentences, and don't hide anything. Don't assume that the person that is basically watching you will understand everything. Nobody is going to understand anything by default. You will have to make it very clear in your communication. People suffering from skin related issues should be careful. People suffering from neurological disorders should also be careful during this time. Stress has to be avoided, but also don't be too careless in life. On the other hand, you might have some conflicts with your spouse. There will be some point of differences where you may have to, sometimes show surrender, or you may have to just give in to the demand. You will have to be very careful how you are handling this situation, because this situation can quickly become ugly. Consider Rahu and Venus together in the sign of Aries in the second house, and greed and other tamasic energy can take over very quickly. You should chant Ganesh Kavach every day.